Cannabis and the lungs. Paradoxes upon paradoxes. Because I did a lot of traveling around the country asking people about their cannabis use. A story I heard very often from old stoners was they had inhalers for their asthma all through high school. Then they smoked their first joint and then they threw away their inhalers, never to use them again. Or they didn't need inhalers nearly as much for the rest of their life because they were constantly hitting small amounts of cannabis. This makes a lot of sense. THC, either smoked or taken orally as a capsule or oil, causes bronchodilation. It helps your airways to open up. And that's been shown in many different animal systems and in humans as well. So it makes sense that for some asthmatics, you're going to get better breathing when you have THC in your system. The paradox being that smoking plant matter is rarely good for the lungs. That makes sense. It causes more irritation. You have slightly greater chances of getting pneumonia or bronchitis if you are if you have healthy lungs. You have higher levels of those diseases. And so it is not terribly bad to be smoking cannabis for 20 or 30 years, but it's not great. You can imagine that's not doing great things for your lungs. Oddly enough, though, according to Tashkin, the great UCLA expert on the lung health and cannabis, you have slightly lesser chances of having lung cancer if you're a regular smoker of cannabis because of the anti-cancer effects of cannabis. So you might have things like bronchitis or pneumonia. You're probably not putting yourself at risk for lung cancer at all, perhaps even protecting a little bit. So you have this balance between the THC opening up the lungs and the inhaling, burning plant material closing up the lungs. And what are you going to do in there? Well, one solution, of course, is vaping it. Vaping is a really safe way to get THC into your lungs. Also, there's a lot of research on CBD being overall helpful for lung health. This makes sense because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of cannabinoid receptors on the lung cells themselves, but there are a lot on the immune cells that are in the lungs. And so because the endocannabinoid system tends to help your immune system work better, it would make sense that taking CBD every day as simply an oral supplement is going to help your overall health, help the health of your immune lung system, and with problems that you have going on there. And so taking CBD every day, see if it works for you. Do it for a month or 2 or 3, because sometimes it's going to take that long for the changes to really start building up. And after that, start using small amounts of vaped THC. You're really going to be the one to know if this vape THC is working for you. You see plenty of case reports of people smoking pot and it not helping their lungs, or it helping to spasm them some and leading to an uncomfortable situation. And on the flip side, you see plenty of case reports of vaping or smoking THC being the thing that people use every day to help with their lung health. So there's not going to be a clear answer here for you. Even your doctors aren't going to be sure. Of course, talk to them, clue them in. Doctors are more and more open about this stuff, but you're going to be the only person. You know your lungs best. You know what helps and what hurts. So I would start with oral CBD, hemp extracts, let them build up, then try THC, either vaping it or just taking a gummy and seeing if adding it into your system is going to open up your airways that way. So with a little bit of experimentation, you can see if the cannabinoids are going to help with your asthma or lung health.